So, this is our third battle report, but the first two are probably lost and you'll never see them. So, it's kind of our first battle report, if this even makes it up there. But we're going to be playing Crusader with 4 objectives. We got one here, here, and then one in the building you can't really see because it's super dark in there. And then one in the little church building there. And it's going to be just Dawn of War straight across at each other. And the first army we got here is Khorne Demons with 3 Blood Crushers and a unit champion there. A D-Thirster, Bloodthirster of Rage, with 2 greater gifts. Another D-Thirster with 2 greater gifts. He has Hellfire Gaze and Feel No Pain, and he has Armor Bane, Flesh Bane, and Hellfire Gaze. And then 11 Bloodletters with no champion or no upgrades at all. And then 12 Bloodletters, also no upgrades. And there's 1,000 points of Khorne Demons.
Okay, this is my Astra Militarum army with Demon Hunter allies. I've got a tank commander with an HQ tank squad. They both have camo netting, they're both battle tanks. Then I have a heavy support battle tank with no upgrades. An infantry platoon command squad with no upgrades. 2 squads of 10 guardsmen, 1 with a grenade launcher and 1 with plasma gun. And then over here I have a 10-man squad of veterans with no upgrades, and then allied with a level 3 librarian with meltabombs and a force halberd, and a 5-man strike squad with a side cannon, halberds, hammer, and two halberds and 2 falchions in that hammer. Alright, and the powers I got, the strike squad has Hammerhand and Banishment, and the ones I rolled up for the librarian were Hammerhand, Banishment, Purge Soul, and Sanctuary.
So here's the Khorne Demon deployment. Going down the line, we got the 12 Bloodletters, the first D-Thirster, 3 Blood Crushers, 11 more Bloodletters, just trying to hold that objective all game. It's not very Khorne-like, but yeah. And another D-Thirster there hiding behind the building. Going to push up the flank with him, and then bring everything else up to hopefully hold these 2 objectives in the middle. If I don't get shot to hell.
Okay, so my counter deployment to the Khorne Demons. On this side I've got a Lehman Russ battle tank, a unit of 10 of the guys from the tactical squad with the grenade launcher, the other unit of 10 from the platoon with the plasma gun, and there's the platoon command squad. Then in the ruins here, I have the veterans deployed with the librarian from the Grey Knights. And at the other end, I have my other 2 Lehman Russes from the command squad. And deep striking, I have the strike squad.
Okay, seize the initiative for the Imperial Guard. Okay.
It's a 6.
So it is.
So, we are just going to jump straight to the end of the Imperial... So, for starters, I seize the initiative, and then I chose not to move because I don't really want to move towards the Chaos Demons. And nothing's in range except for the battle cannons. So I went to Psychic Phase and realized that none of my powers were in range or would matter this turn, so I didn't want to risk any perils. I fired each of the battle cannons. This one scattered off to here and hit nothing. I did the commander power so that I could split fire. This one scattered off to here and did nothing. And this one scattered off to here and did nothing. End of Imperial Guard player first turn.
So end of khorne, demon movement phase 1. Bloodletters just moved up. They're eventually going to go into that building and hopefully hold that objective. The Warlord Deathirster flew into the building there. Blood Crushers moved up. Bloodletters, yeah, just camping on the objective, you know, not wanting to bother anybody. Other Bloodthirster flew up and to the halfway point of the board, and it's going to try and hopefully kill those 2 tanks before they can both instant death this nice little unit of Blood Crushers. And there's Demon movement phase turn 1. So Demon movement phase turn 1. Bloodletters moved up. First Deathirster flew into the building there. Blood Crushers also moved up towards the middle objective. Bloodletters stood still. Other Bloodthirster moved up to the halfway point. And yeah, everyone just slowly advanced. So, end of Khorne Demons turn 1. During the shooting phase, I rolled a 3 on the Warp from table. So the character that got selected for the 3d6 leadership test was this Bloodthirster right here. And I passed it on an 8. So, saved my butt there. Everyone else either just stood still, these guys, or ran a bit. So Blood Crusher's up a bit. This guy is actually where those dice are. Just couldn't really stand there. These guys are also going to hide now behind this objective and that wall. And this guy got a few more inches up too. End of turn 1.
Imperial turn 2. So the strike squad comes in, try to break come in right here, scattered over to here. Over here, the 2 tanks moved over 6 inches. This squad, the infantry all stayed still. The far squad moved back, and here, this guy got off the +1 las gun shot to the veteran squad, and this tank commander did the split fire tank command. That's the end of Imperial Guard movement phase, turn 2. End of Imperial Guard second phase. I got banishment off on these guys, and that was it. On to shooting. Okay, end of Imperial Guard shooting phase. So what I ended up doing was putting all 3 battle cannons onto the Blood Crusher unit, and all 3 died. And then all of the lasgun fire from these 3 squads went onto this Bloodthirster doing 1 wound, and this squad with the +1 shots and ballistic skill 3 managed to do 2 wounds over here to this guy. And that's the end of shooting, and there won't be any assault, so on to Demons turn 2.
So, Demon movement phase turn 2. Bloodthirster jumped up. Hopefully get a couple kills on those battle tanks. And, yep, just didn't move at all. These guys hiding on the objective in the building as well. And this Bloodthirster moved up. Hopefully kill some guardsmen over there. So yeah, Bloodthirster's doing all the legwork here. And we'll get back to you at the end of shooting phase. So shooting phase for the demons, turn 2. Warp from table, didn't do nothing. This guy shot his Hellfire Gaze at the Lehman Rush Squadron, killed one, and now hopefully finish off the other one in assault. And that's it for demon shooting. End of demon assault phase, turn 2. This guy came in and wrecked this last Lehman Russ. Over here, this Bloodthirster charged in, killed a lot of guardsmen, and then consolidated slightly towards this side of the line. And yeah, demons turn 2.
Okay. Imperial Guard. Come on. It's not focusing. Start off like this. Imperial Guard, turn 3. So my battle tank moved over from here so he could get a line of sight over here at the demon. My unit moved through cover out of this building. Over here I was massacred. My Grey Knight strike squad right here moved towards that Bloodthirster to try to get a charge in. And my Librarian moved out of the unit here. So we'll see what happens in the psychic phase. So, in the psychic phase, I rolled a 6, plus my level 3, plus my level 1 over here gives me 10, and I was stopped on the force on this unit, so I don't think I'm actually going to go into the Greater Demon now. But over here, I did perils and took a wound, but I got off Sanctuary for +1 to ward saves, Hammerhand for +2 strength and force on this Librarian. Okay, Imperial Guard shooting phase, everything shot at this guy, and I didn't do any wounds. And then over here, the Librarian, he went in with all his bonuses, and he got 1 wound through, but the Greater Demon made his invuln save and then killed him on his attacks bad. So, dead Librarian. On to Demons turn 3.
So demon movement phase, turn 3. Bloodthirster moved over from here to here. Bloodthirster moved back to deal with these demon hunters because that force is just too scary. And Bloodletter stayed still, and Bloodletter just kind of spread out all over the building there. And get back to you at the end of Demon's turn 3. So, warped from table, nothing eventful happened. Bloodthirster here came over and killed the Grey Knights, and then went back over here to try and clean up this flank. So got the 1 Lehman Russ and the squad there. This Bloodthirster also made short work of the veterans there, and then also joining this Bloodthirster in the march on the left flank. Bloodletters all game, actually doing pretty well holding these objectives.
Okay, the battle tank fired and scattered off, and this unit shot over here. It moved within rapid fire, and it did a wound. And that is the end of the Imperial Guard shooting phase. No assault. Go into Demon's turn 4.
Demon movement phase, turn 4. Bloodthirster move forward 12 inches. Get an assault off on that Lehman Russ. This Bloodthirster hopped over and is about to assault those guys and get vengeance on that 1 wound done to him. And we'll get back to you at the end of the game most likely. So end of the game here. Finish off the Lehman Russ and the Guardsmen. Bloodletter's holding 2 objectives. And end of the game, turn 4.
Well, that was another battle report from North Island Miniature Gaming. If you want to have a battle, you got to come on down. Just put a message on the Facebook group. Join it if you're not a member. It's North Island Miniature Gaming. Demons just slaughtered the Imperial Guard in that battle, despite the Demon Hunter support.
Yeah, I thought I was in a lot of trouble there with all that force. But, yeah, managed to make the one save that really mattered. And took it from there.
Hopefully we'll get some bigger battles coming up eventually here. We like to use painted stuff, so if you got some painted Warhammer,
Anywhere on Vancouver Island, feel free to come up and give it a go.
bye.